Yeah, Trader.
Hey.
Give me like a minute. I'm going for a piss.
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Hello.
Yo.
I think we're good to go.
Yeah, start whenever you're ready.
Someone said they're going for a piss, they need a minute.
Okay.
R.
Another defender-sided map. What a surprise!
Nah, console's 50-50,
No,
isn't it?
console Attacker 50-50. sided.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more defender-sided than attacker-sided, but you're more likely
No,
to end up in 2-1 in a half in rank than defense than on attack. Yeah. But the only experience I've had so far with Siege is ranked. It's the main.
Grabe
focal
ka
point.
din bike sa inong ko. O tayo alien din boss.
I've not played 150,000
alien,
scrims
alien.
or a billion tournaments or leagues.
Ito pong alien ko sa akin.
Hello, I have returned.
Okay, everyone ready then?
Yeah, we're good to go.
R.
Let's go.
Have fun.
Swear down you're a curse raider.
Okay then, we're live with the second map of Rain versus DC. In the SSL Cup Quarterfinals, DC were able to win map 1 7-4. So let's see if they will push this to the final here, or if Rain will make us have a map 3. First band comes through, and it is the Thatcher band from the defenders. That's Rain on defense. Attack band's out the Jackal. More a comfort band just to make sure they can't be spotted out so easily when on the roam. Valk band out, very useful on consular, makes it so you don't have to bring the IQ to find any of those annoying outside cams to gain information for runouts and such. And a Maestro band coming through from the defenders as well. Very strong map for Maestro, in fact he's, especially on the garage site, able to zap away at people's feet as they try to go for the plant and garage. Now the console and projector site is picked out first for the defenders. A Clash tease there, quickly switched off onto Echo. Maybe a 6-bit will come through for him. No, it's the Bandit, in fact, who 6-picks onto the dock. Bandit perhaps picked there to try and make the team think that they were going to the garage site first, so they'd have to bring someone to take care of the Bandit batteries on the wall, and then switching out to the castle instead of the dock. More useful, more utility, able to eat up any sort of soft destruction the attack might have, slow down the push, and blocks off liners of sight, such as this one from the console window rappel onto the long desk. Here we can see them setting up for a top yellow hold. What is... Oh, it's a proximity sensor. Okay. Interesting reinforcement here, covering up where you'd often see a rotate coming through onto long desk.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Obviously looking to just seal long desk off completely, not hold it at all. No rotate, no rotate through the door either, just cast barricade in the way. Plenty of barbed goes down on the defensive side to make sure they know exactly where the push is going from. And in fact there is a rotate just in a different spot on long desk. I was wrong. Now let's see how DC decide to push this. And Nomad is perfect for Consular as she is able to stop all those bullets and run out that we talked about before, as there are so many windows and doors to jump out of and just surprise the attack. Here we can see a thermite not particularly useful on this site as there aren't too many walls to open up unless you push from the east side, so he's just going to be repelling on the CO windows. Spots out players playing on top of yellow stairs, and he does seem to be peeking them now. There is a nice angle onto this player at top yellow, which is the smoke. Firebolts come out to try and stop him. A very nice shot there. Onto the Capital, that's him off the board, but a refrag comes through onto the castle. IQ pushes up yellow stairs without smoke even realising and finds that kill. So now they have top yellow control and they have a man advantage at 4 versus 3. Thermite here still repelling on the console windows will allow him to catch out any rotates that he might see. He actually repels in to the console office and he starts to go for the plant. He just needs his teammates to cover him, and it doesn't seem they're even aware of this going down at the moment. You can see here DC have got every angle covered, but the thermite and the planter is taken down after he gets it down. 2 big kills from the Vigil, but then refragged on by the Buck and a second tagged on by Nomad. It's now all down to the Echo and he is taken out as well by the Nomad. Great round there for the Nomad as she finds 3 kills to secure her team that first round victory. A rocky start here for Brain as they did not seem to have any sort of counter to that console office push, and so they are obviously hoping to change things up slightly for this second attempt at the same site. Same lineup except for the castle is switched out for the dock, and it doesn't seem, no, he is actually going to get picked off onto the castle once again, so the exact same lineup as before. The dock just would have been useful for holding those long angles, but the castle is probably better for taking out all that attack utility. Slow them down a bit.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. And let Yokai do the rest.
Seems to be a rather similar setup this time. Having the player play up the top of the yellow stairs, the smoke. Very useful, especially if he uses that shotgun. Maybe this time change the position of the barbed wire so that IQ can't just crouch up and take them out straight away. As without that smoke playing top yellow, they have lost such a crucial anchor point, and he can't deny any plants with his smoke canisters.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
This time it seems that the Vigil is actually opting to play inside of the console office, right on this hard wall here. It's a strong position to play as he cannot get taken out by grenades so easily unless they burn an ADS here on the windows. No grenades actually coming through for the attack, so he should be relatively safe here unless the Capital goes to the yellow skylight and is able to fireball him off so he can't escape. ADS burnt out by the thermite means that this Vigil has less coverage and a drone will come out as well. Probably using his gadget so they don't know exactly where he is, but they should know he's in the area. Yeah, the drone seems to have spotted him out and he is getting shot a little bit, but he's able to fall back and just hide back here in the corner. Custom team seems to have been killed, so that's man advantage already for DC. Another nice start to that round. Smoke once again playing at the top of yellow stairs, precariously positioned between these two firebolts. Poor positioning allows him to just sit right between the flames and just be safe. They might not know he's here, but a drone will come out and should be able to spot him. Yeah, it is. Now without those firebolts, he should be relatively safe here. They'll have to double push him at the same time to try and take him out, as he is just going to be a massive pain here. One smoke canister already used, that's quite early on, and no one seems to be pushing him, so it's a bit of a waste. A second kill there for DC as Nomad takes out the Echo, and then a second one onto the Vigil. Unfortunate positioning there for the smoke allows him to get picked off by the air skylight. And once again the Nomad with a big round, a 3-key once again. And there we go, DC with the second round in a row. Now this time the team Rain is choosing to go for Cafe and Garage, as the top floor has not been so successful for them. It seems to be a very similar lineup as they had before. The castle probably picked to try and trick the attackers into thinking they're into the top floor again, but instead 6 picked onto the bandit to try and deny the wall getting opened up. The batteries on the main garage wall are easy to take out though, so it's just a way to slow them down and force them to take piano control, or risk their lives on the yellow stairs to take care of the utility.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now the dock is also chosen out here, so that's a second ACOG along with the Echo. These two players most likely play inside of the site so they can contest long angles on the open garage. 2 ADSs placed at the bottom of the yellow stairs above the drone hole next to the garage wall. This will allow the bandit to play relatively safely alongside this wall so he can try and trick to best visibility. Still though, no grenades coming out for the attack means he should be safe from that drone hole, especially with these ADSs not being able to flash him so easily. 5 bolts will be useful, but the ADSs will not stop them, so that's very good for the attack. DC here seems to be rappelling up to the admin window, so it looks like they're doing an admin side take, opting to take over control of the entire top floor first, push down to the middle floor. So far it seems that no one is actually on the roam. It might be a full ground floor, or basement, sorry, hold for the defense here. The Jaeger's playing offsite inside of the archives area. Here we see DC droning out the entirety of the top floor, pushing in aggressively quickly. They seem to know that no one's really here, but the drone just to double check. A minute down and DC have already taken the entire top floor control. Good time management there for them. Now they push down onto the second floor, seem to figure out no one's playing here either. Some drones would go out. Air jabs also place at those spirals at the yellow stairs here, and probably the spiral stairs as well. This will just allow the attackers to play more comfortably on the second floor, as they cannot get flanked up these staircases. Opening kill there for the Capitao. Refrag though by the dock, playing through those vertical holes. That's one problem with them, as they can just be used back against you as well. The thermite also taken out after it gets second thermite charge off. This leaves DC in a 3-on-3 now, with a minute and 12 seconds still left to work with. A kill there for the Nomad tags on, and it's now a 3 versus 2, a man advantage this time to DC. A minute to work with still. They are able to use this vertical play, and an unreinforced hatch will allow them to drop into Cafe if need be. One kill there from the Jaeger onto the Nomad. will instantly be refragged actually by the Buck player inside this soft
Attackers
hatch.
have recovered their defuse.
Big mistake there coming through for the defense. Last alive is Echo now inside of the security corridor as he knows one plant is going down. The plant is stopped though, as that could have gone down actually. Gunfight comes through from the Buck, put down to 50 health. Bearing line switch to, unable to control the recoil, loses him the gunfight, so it's now a third round in a row for DC on the attack. Dirty shot there using the skeleton key. Now this is not looking very strong for Rain, as they could be looking at a very miserable half here, as they can only get 3-3 and even half. Consulate is seen as rather equal on attack and defensive sides, so it should be okay for them if they manage to pull some rounds back now. Once again choosing to go for the cafe garage site, and they have chosen to go for the mirror this time. The smoke is 6 bit off onto the castle. Not sure that's the best idea. Maybe the mirror should have been 6 picked onto, so they didn't know about them. Knowing about the mirror early does allow the attackers to try and prepare for where the mirrors might be,
Defenders
and come up with some
protect
sort
the
of
bomb being defused by
reimagined
attackers.
strategy to try and counteract this mirror play. It seems the mirror might be playing upstairs inside of the bathroom area. It's quite a common mirror setup you'd see on Consulate. Have them play in the bathroom so they can't take care of this hatch, and then they can't play inside a piano either.
Seconds left before insertion.
Now it seems this time Diego might be off on a roam inside of Visa maybe. Yeah, hops into tellers there, trying to hide away from the attackers.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
A roam game might allow them to stop the quick take of DC this time, so they can't just get full map control and just be able to execute onto site with so much time to work with. Now this time DC opting not to go for a full map control. Actually no, they are. They're opting to choose this same admin side take, just with Nomad trying to take piano by herself this time. It's dangerous, so the Nomad will have to be very careful, but she should be fine. She's off the rappel now. Drones once again on the top floor will allow them to find no one there. Although this time the Jaeger on his roam is able to catch out the Capitao. Instantly refragged though by the IQ, leaves DC in at 4 versus 4. 2 minutes still left to go. Nomad though taken out by the Vigil, who's playing inside a circle desk. The roam game so far has been much stronger for Rain, as they are able to find kills early on, and this will stop DC from being able to attack the site so aggressively. They do still have 1 minute and 40 seconds to work with, so DC still have time to drain out these defenders, find out exactly where they are, and then maybe find a good hole in the strat to attack onto the site. Buck here pushes into the Z corridor. He's getting a wall banged actually through the bathroom wall. Thermite has already found himself downstairs inside of the security corridor. Castle wide swings, misses every shot, and Thermite is at full health now. They seem to have figured out that the weakness of this strategy is they have no one playing below. The Echo though is able to pick off one. Buck instantly refrags though. And Thermite should be able to get a plant down inside the security. Mirror though wide swings. And again, unfortunate coverage there for the Buck as he peeks away as she peeks. And there we go. Vigil finds the last kill, and they managed to, and Rain managed to find their first defensive win so far on Consulate. Now it seems the players of Rain have decided to disconnect. Perhaps for a rehost here. Yeah, it appears one of the players is lagging, so we're going to go for a rehost.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
It's gotta be right. Hello?
Hey,
Diki. Kopisa.
Prime's on the wrong team again. Lovely. Oh, Eclipse, yeah, you can stay on our team. Ah, fucky spots, he noticed.
Hello. You alright, Fredo?
yeah, it was Thatcher, Jackal, Maestro, and who was the ban?
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Okay.
Yeah, they target ban me because I'm so good.
You play Valkyrie?
Yeah, I'm a Valk main.
No, I can't play, mate.
Cioè, ma possiamo, cioè, Kopisa. Kilo.
Whoever was nomad that round just was so close to headshotting me. Literally like millimeters off my head. I just tucked into a corner.
I know.
I should have droned it, to be fair. I just sort of walked in blind.
Hey, who was the capital? The capital was teleporting.
Toxic, you're not lagging now? Or was Toxic
Yeah,
in
you
the
were
round?
teleporting when you came in Giza. You were teleporting, yeah.
Yeah, we
Imagine.
ready?
Oh, dude, imagine cheating that hard and use teleport hacks.
Yeah. I was running. I ran up a wall and jumped off.
Looking Spider-Man, mate.
Jai, stop fake laughing, please.
Everyone ready now?
Please.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Alright.
Get like
I mean, I need to murder a babe. Ah, you didn't let me murder my next
Have fun,
baby.
everyone.
Fuck.
Okay, after a quick rehost, we are back in. Rain choosing to go for the console and projector site once again after their 2 failed attempts, and they won the garage as well. Changing all out drastically this time though, as they have decided to go for the Pulse and the Legion. Castle those 6 picked onto the Ella as well, so yeah, very, very different lineup here. Very odd, in fact. So the Pulse hoping to play from below, try and get a C4 down onto a player if he tries to go into site and plant. Ella and Legion will also give them extra information as to where the push is coming from.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, it looks like Goose being placed on the yellow stairs here to try and stop the push up. a shotgun also taken from the Alla allows her to play very aggressively in close range with that. Also more site destruction, more setup for her to do.
10 seconds left before insertion.
There are also 2 ADSs being placed on top of this time, which will allow the
Attacker's objective is to
smoke
locate a bomb.
probably to smoke should be able to play top yellow rather safely. He does unfortunately TK the Jaeger as he is trying to do some soft destruction, but fortunately there is a refrag coming through from a spawn peeking pulse in piano onto the Nomad. Nomad off the board earlier, which will mean Rain might be able to play more aggressively as they can run out without fear of an air jab catching them. Yeah, the pulse play inside a piano here will allow him to get a C4 from below, but because he didn't 6-pick onto the pulse, they will know about him. The IQ here able to try and find him with the scanner. He's also being droned out to know exactly where he is. No one seems to be chasing him at the moment though, so he is relatively safe inside of piano. Might have a couple of players here droning in and then trying to push and kill this.
Bomb located
And
by
there it
the
is. He is taken down by what sounded like the Capitao, and they know he's down because of the drone. So DC in a 4 versus 3 effectively, with major health advantages, as the ally has been put very low. Actually, the Legion has been taken out as well, so it's a 4 versus 2 now for DC, with Ella very low health. She's playing in this strong top yellow position. Smoke in the meantime will find 1 kill onto the Capitao. Seems to be pushing aggressive solo, unsure of the Smoke's position, allows him to get a free kill. Now with 1 minute and 6 seconds left, DC still have man advantage 3-2, so they have plenty of time and plenty of manpower to push out and find these final defenders, try and get a plant down. Smoke here being pushed out of his position on the long desk hallway by the IQ, who opens up that barricade, but he is able to rotate around and he gets a nice kill onto IQ. 2 on 2 now. Opening up the doorway as the diffuser goes down, but it was cancelled. Oh no, they were so close to getting that down. The Buck finds 1 kill onto the Ella, and now it's all down to Smoke 1 on 2. 15 seconds left. The diffuser will have to go down here. It's going down inside of the console office. Smoke's thrown out, but it's too late as diffuser is already down. Runs straight through connector, completely oblivious to the person repelling, but even after getting shot in the back a little bit. And there we go, 4-1 now for DC. They stumbled a bit on 1 round, but they've managed to take all the others very dominantly so far. So as they push into their final attacking round, they will be looking to finish these off on a very strong 5-1 split. Strangely enough here, console and projector is once again getting picked by the defenders. It's questionable considering they've lost it 3 times and they haven't even tried to go for the lobby once so far. Very peculiar. Mirror is 6th picked off of onto the dock, onto the ruck in fact. Onto the dock, no. Can't make up his mind. IQ, 6th picked onto IQ, very peculiar. I would have liked to see some Mirror play on this site. It's a very strong map for Mirror, and if you know how to play them correctly, she can be extremely dangerous, but the ACOG on the dock will allow him to play longer angles and contest things that he wouldn't have been able to with a holo. Now let's see how Rain are able to do this so far with an altered strategy and without a team kill coming through first, so see if they can win a 2nd round on their defense and try and salvage something from this map.
10 seconds to insertion.
Just a reminder that DC are already a map up in this series, so
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb
Yeah.
and defuse it.
DC have to try and finish this up here, and they're looking strong to do so. This time DC seems to be choosing to go for a admin side take as there's 3 players repelling over here. So far they've always gone for the west side take into console office, but this time change things up nicely. Raid do seem to be aware of it so far, though, as they are rotating a few players over towards the soda side, so they are able to try and counter things out. No one playing inside of admin though will allow them to drone out and take it very quickly. Good bit of drone work here from the attack. Jaeger's getting droned out, and he has the dock as well to help him. The Jaeger is taken down, and so is the dock in very quick succession. Beautiful kills there. Extremely well coordinated from DC. One player pushes up on long desk. Smoke finds one nice kill. He's pushing up once again. Very aggressive here from Smoke. 2 canisters already expended. And a minute and 40 seconds left to go for the attackers. Now trying to open up the projector wall from long desk. They will get taken out by the Smoke though, who is playing behind the shield at long desk. Flashes sail out to try and get him away from this. Small holds are made in the long desk wall, but nothing too major. Capital is downed, so it's a 3-on-2. 3-on-3, sorry. 3-on-2 now though, as Smoke and Legion are last left alive. Very low HP to share between them. Smoke taken out, and it's now all down to the Legion on this flank. Impact will give away his position on top of this spiral staircase, so now it's much harder. IQ White Wings and picks him off, so that's 5-1 now for DC. Very strong attacking side, and they will be looking to replicate that success onto their defensive half as well, to try and clean up this map and clean up this entire series as well for them. Lobby and press room, a site that we didn't see Rain even attempt before, will be the first site picked here for DC. Be nice to see a bit of a change. Alibi being picked out as well will be an interesting choice. Teams seem to like to bring her because she has decent utility, very comfortable gun, and then she also has that strong deployable shield to play behind. And if they have brought that deployable shield, that would be 2 from the Smoke and the Alibi.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
No, yeah, that's 2 deployable shields here for defenders. This gives them a lot of things to work with as they're able to set them up so they can try and contest longer angles safely behind those shields. And Echo also picked out here to try and gain intel and then deny the plant if they do push in here into this lobby room.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left.
Seems like a rather common site setup here. They just have the reinforcements going down inside the bathroom, reinforcements going upstairs, shotgun holes being placed upstairs, hatches open so they can contest angles below, as this site is mainly held completely from above. And here's the second shield we see. One being played at the common spot outside the bathroom, the second one being played up here at the back of the projector room. Nomad has already found her way inside of Visa, and air jabs go down on the staircase. She is very close to finding this player of the Mozzie inside of Tellers. He will hear a person go onto drone, but he is not aware of that position. Nomad loses out on an unfortunate gunfight there. She puts the Mozzie down to low health, but she's also down as well. 2 kills come quickly for DC though. Buck with a refrag onto the Mozzie. So it's 3 on 3 now as Sophia finds one for herself as well. Jaeger down as well, puts Rain at an advantage now, 3 on 2. Very quick round so far, 1 minute and 40 seconds left, only 5 players left alive. Some miscommunication there as Buck almost TKs the Thermite off his, as he runs up these stairs. Would have been unfortunate, but luckily nothing happened at all. Here we have the Echo, in fact, playing off-site, just on the spiral staircase, waiting for a push, trying to get to flank them. And it's all down to the smoke inside the site. He does drop though, so site is completely uncontested right now. Now, if you want anyone alive here, is the Echo and the Smoke, as they can both deny a plant and just delay as much time as possible. The Smoke can use his canisters to deny complete areas, and the Echo can use his drones to gain intel and then deny plants when they come through. But this will not be too useful, as they still have 50 seconds to work with. The attackers really taking advantage of that early aggression. Summer here goes to the plant. It's denied once by the Echo drone. Going for a second time, and he still had the intel, and no coverage whatsoever from the attackers means that Thermite will be taken down and Diffuser is also down. Only 30 seconds left now, so those smoke canisters, only 1 left in the pocket. That smoke canister will be able to cut this time in half. Buck is on the basement floor looking for anyone. He finds the Echo but doesn't check the right corner. Echo takes him out. It's now all down to the Sophia in a one-on-one situation.
5 seconds remaining.
She is aware that the Echo is below and he has no time to go for the plant, as there is an Echo drone right above her and should be able to be denied. There it is.
Operators, you are out of time.
6 rounds now for DC as they enter into their second defensive round, 6 on 1. A strong defensive round there on the lobby defense puts them in a very comfortable position to take this map and this series. Second site picked out here from DC is the console and projector room. Seems to be a rather similar lineup to what they had, that's what we saw from Rain on this site. The Doc using a ACOG for long angles, Jaeger and Smoke, common operators to Legion, slow down the push upstairs and so forth. Then the Mozzie is something we didn't see Rain use, but DC used it very effectively on their
Defenders, protect your bombs
first
from being
defense.
used by attackers.
You saw the Mozzie pests pick up some drones so they couldn't drone further into the site. Very useful utility.
Attackers have located a bomb.
DC here seems to be setting up a good set of reinforcements to the east side so they can defend the admin take more casually, as it is a lot easier with these reinforcements to slow down the attack.
5 seconds left.
One ADS placed at the top of the yellow stairs will allow someone to play there relatively safely. Once again, no nades brought from the attack, so we won't be seeing any grenade kills. Air jabs go down on the outside of yellow door, and 1 kill comes through from the Mozzie onto the Hibana. Losing your Hibana so early on will be unfortunate, as she cannot open long angles using her Excurus. The only coverage they have left is the Thermite, who has to put himself in a precarious position to open up any walls. Now, Rain still have a chance in this match, so they are looking to salvage it as they drone out the site, try and get as much intel as possible before pushing. One here up on the upside down rappel of the console windows, one on the connector window. A kill comes through onto Buck, but refragged onto the dock there. 3 on 4 for Rain. Is Thermo already inside of the console desk? He's going for the plant, but the smoke comes out. A C4 as well. Unfortunate push for rain there, as DC were just way too prepared, and it's now all down to a 2 versus 4 to clutch out this final round to have a chance in staying in the SSL Cup Quarterfinals. If DC are able to win this, they will be advancing on to the semi-finals. Mozzie here still playing below, using this hole he made with the C4 to find that kill. So he does know that the player repels in, misses some shots there. So Sophie is able to get in. Nomad, there were 2 beautiful kills to try and salvage the round, but Eclipse with a 3rd one on the round for him. It's now all down to Sophia in a 1 versus 2. She is downed, and there it is, all over. DC take map 2, 7-1. They take the series 2-0, and here we have it. DC as another semi-finalist in the SSL Cup.
Maybe you should have shot through me.
Kicking, guys.
GG boys.
Alright, boys, that was a great game.
How
man.
was the tea hunt?
But for who, me?
Yeah, I mean, all of you, really.
I
Well,
thought-
that's
I
right.
thought-
My
I thought
team
you
really
meant the
stuck it down
actual-
for an after game.
I thought you meant the actual tea hunter did between V hosts.
No, this tea hunt. The tea hunt you just played.
Oh man, it was
By the
veteran.
way, Eclipse, what the fuck were you doing in Visa?
Because I
you
was
were gonna
because
rush,
the
like,
van,
that's
the
a
van,
fucking
no,
given.
it's not even that. It's the van before when you repelled spiral windows, so I was just staying